When I caught my car booster, let me tell you how I caught him. When I caught him, it was easiest. It was easy. It was on easy. You feel me? So leading up to me catching him, we had a big problem with magic card boosters, right? And that's what I thought at the time. It was just multiple boosters. And so I was finding packages everywhere, but I found packages in the domestics department the most. That's where they keep all the bedding, the trash cans, and the towels and all that. And so I was finding them in one particular aisle the most, and that's where all the little miniature trash cans were, bathroom trash cans, the whole trash can section. That's where I was finding them, inside the trash cans, behind them, on the shelves. So I was like, all right, boom, this is his hot spot. This is where he liked to do all his dirty work. So whenever I came in, the first thing I did was I walked that area. Throughout the day, I walked that area. Before my shift, I walked that area. I could never catch this motherfucker, ever. But I was just documenting every time that I found packages. I was tallying them up, getting the dollar amount for all the merch that was stolen. Um, because I just knew there was going to be a time when I caught him. And when I did, I needed to be able to prove that this is how much this motherfucker has stolen from me. So, one day in July, this nigga comes in, and when I see him, he's in a trench. When I see this dude, he's in a fucking all black trench coat jacket. Like, this nigga's in the trench coat. Like, nigga, it is 90 plus degrees outside, and you come in here in an all black trench coat. Oh, not today, partner. Not today. Not today, partner. So I immediately rushed to the floor. I grabbed me a bat or a pole of some sort, and I went to go make observation on him on the floor. And so I had to stay close because I said, if this motherfucker does anything out of the norm, he does anything that don't look right, I am going to clean his shit. You hear me? I am going to clean his shit. Like, there's going to be blood juice all over this motherfucker. You hear me? So I'm thinking he's on some active shooter shit type shit. This nigga come in a trench coat and 90 plus degree weather. What else am I supposed to think? You feel me? Just hella sus. My nigga senses were going off. So as I'm continuing observation on this dude, I see him go back to our toys department, and that's where we kept all of our gaming cards and shit. And so when I seen him select the big bulk case of magic cards, I said, oh yeah, I know who the fuck this is. So I dropped my pole, my bat, whatever I had at the time, and I said, yeah, I know who this is. His ass is mine today. You feel me? I know exactly what he's doing. I know exactly what he's on. I know exactly why he's here. I know exactly where he's going to do all this dirty work. So I let him do his thing, and I fell back once I confirmed why he was here. So I let him do his thing. He selects the bulk of Magic game cards. He goes over to his spot, domestics, in front of the trash cans. He's emptying the packages, concealing them into his coat. He's taking what he don't want, ditching them onto the shelf. He took everything that he did want, took everything out the packages, concealed them in his coat, left everything on the shelf. I said, bet. So I found the nearest team member I could find. And I said, hey, go over there, get all that, meet me at the office here in a minute. And so he goes out the door, and I rushed him. I rushed his ass so quick, y'all, like it wasn't even funny. I rushed him like he stole something from me personally. You know what I'm saying? I ran up on him like, nigga, I had personal beef with this nigga. You feel me? I ran up on him so quick. Target loss prevention, you need to come with me to the office. This fool was shook. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I started like kind of slowly patting him down just to make sure he didn't have no guns, knives, things like that. Even though they ain't something we supposed to do, but we was hands on at the time, so I made it look good. You feel me? They couldn't tell that I was really patting them down, but I was just trying to make an apprehension on a nigga who was bigger than me. That's all it's gonna look like. You feel me? So he didn't have any weapons on him or nothing like that crazy. So um, boosted my confidence a little bit more, making this apprehension. I did go hands on with him. It was just me that day, I believe. No, it was me at the time. I did have my TSSs there though, but I was the first one to make the apprehension, and then they later joined in when we got into the office, and so they were waiting outside. Matter of fact, because yeah, they were waiting outside. So they were waiting outside, and that's how I always play my apprehensions. I always had my TSSs um, wait outside, and then I was gonna come from behind. So I always used my TSSs as a diversion. So once they seen them, most of the time they're gonna turn back around, right? If they trying to flee, and by the time they turn around, I'm there, and you're not going nowhere once I get a hold of that ass. You feel me? So you go ahead and stop all that right now. So they were outside. I made the apprehension coming from behind him. And so we get him into the office and I'm asking him questions. I'm like, all right, so what's up? Why'd you steal this merchandise today without paying for it? He told me he was homeless. He didn't have no money. He's living in his Ford Explorer, this and that and the fourth. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, so I dive right into it. I wasn't playing no fucking games with him. I said, so you the one who been coming in here, stealing all these magic cards, and then leaving all the empty packages on the shelves, right? He was like, yeah, that's me. I was like, all right, so where's the rest of my merchandise? Where's the rest of the cars that you stolen? They're in my truck. I was like, all right, bet. Where's your truck at? Where'd you park? He told me where. I was like, all right, cool. So, of course, because I've been waiting for his ass for a very long time, I'm prosecuting on this one. So have my TSS go ahead and call Nick, our code word for calling the police. Go ahead, call Nick. Got them up there, gave them the rundown on what's going on. We went out there and recovered the merchandise. This nigga had a whole lot of magic cards, a whole lot of fucking magic cards, for real. This nigga had a gang of motherfucking magic cards in his truck, man, for real. And so, um, we get all the merchandise, we take pictures, we get them all the merchandise back into the office. And so we did what we had to do. We prosecuted him, trespassed him, took pictures again of him and the merchandise and the brand new merchandise he stole. And that was a wrap. And so that's how I caught my car booster, was just staying consistent on that department. You know what I'm saying? Walking the floor. That nigga did go to jail. That nigga did go to jail. And so this is what the fuck he stole. This is what he stole. So all the packages that y'all see is what he stole that day that I recovered. And everything that y'all see that are in the two long boxes there is what he had stole all those times that I couldn't catch him. That was just over time. And so when I tell y'all that when they get comfortable, when they get away with it, they will always come back again. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. They will always come back again. Just got to be patient. You just got to be patient. You feel me? You just got to be patient. Walk your floors thoroughly. Wherever there is signs of theft, make sure that's where you're doing more patrol of throughout the day, every day, until you catch whoever is having that negative impact in that department. All right. So that's how I call my card booster. Now, what I will say is that I've caught in a couple people who like, the sports cards, the basketball cards, baseball cards, football cards. Those people, they usually like to just go through departments and they'll rip open the packages as they're walking, conceal them, and then throw the packages wherever. So those ones are like a hit and miss. those ones you got to be on like really good. You got to be like playing that man press type coverage on them type of motherfuckers because they in and out with it. You feel me? Like you won't catch them unless you see them in the act or unless you actually see them select the pack of, cars that they want. So that is how I caught my magic card booster. All right. So just took a little patience, uh, took some strategy on how I was gonna make that apprehension. But after I got done with the booster interview, he confessed that it was him who was taking all these magic cards this whole time. And end up ended up confiscating everything that he stole and recovered what he got that day. You feel me? So it's all about just being patient with it. Like I tell y'all, when they get away with it, they will always come back again, no matter what. So even if they get away, don't even trip. They're going to get caught one day. Every dog has his day. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, all my APAs out there, happy hunting. I want to give a shout out to the Eagle family. Thanks for tapping in. Stand your ground. Watch your surroundings. Be alert at all times. It's your boy, Eagle Eye Miller. Till next time, raw and unscripted.